Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
I'm Jan.
And we're the Fragrance Bros.
Yeah, Fragrance Bros.
Come at you again with another shootout.
Yes.
This time, very popular, Tobacco Vanille versus Tabac Rouge. Getting a lot of press from Tabac Rouge.
Yeah.
Some people are selling their bottles of Tobacco Vanille to buy this.
That might be a bit extreme.
I think so too.
Put the brakes on, folks. We're just getting started.
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to smell. If you already know the format, we have a couple of different paper testers, and we're having it on skin as well.
Yeah.
And we also added a duplicate, so we can fool our noses.
Yes.
Possibly.
There's only there's only one spray of each on arms. Because
okay.
This stuff is so strong that it would be dumb to try to put them like right here. They're just all gonna, so. All right, you want to go on the paper first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I think I know what that is.
Okay.
It's hard. Unless those are the exact same ones. Okay, I think the first two are Tobacco Vanille and the last one's Tabac Rouge.
They know because I mouthed it to them the whole time. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, okay.
Good call.
That was hard though on paper.
Yeah. All right, so here.
Okay.
All right.
Do it again. Okay. It's a little harder than I thought.
Yeah.
Let me do it one more time.
All right. He really hates being wrong.
I do. Okay.
All right.
I think this is Tobacco Vanille and that's Tabac Rouge.
You got it wrong!
Oh! That was my first guess too, was the swamp.
Never second guess yourself, Dave.
I feel like the guy on Princess Bride.
Yeah. How could you know that I know that? Anyway. All right, so Sniffer, your thoughts?
Okay. Now, I've worn them back to back in days. I didn't wear them back to back this way, but I've smelled them back to back in the sprayer.
Yeah.
There are a lot of similarities, and there are some differences.
Yeah.
Smelling them on skin that close, I was easily fooled, but I think wearing it, I could tell more of the differences. The biggest difference is the ginger in Tabac Rouge, and we talked about that in our review of Tabac Rouge.
Yeah.
Which to me that really ruins it. But also too, Tobacco Vanille is denser, and it seems like it's deeper, and it has more cinnamon as well. I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
One of the things I think that I don't like about Tabac Rouge, I mentioned that it has kind of a wateriness to it. To me, it smells watered down as well. It smells like a watered down version of Tobacco Vanille, and especially when you consider that Tobacco Vanille, I mean, goodness gracious, you get 12 plus hours, sometimes like upwards of 24 hours of performance, and this you only get like 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like a third. How, at the same time, Tobacco Vanille goes above and beyond what you could ever really want from a fragrance. Tabac Rouge gives you 8 hours. What can you ask for more than that? That's kind of the standard of what you want.
Yeah.
Tobacco Vanille does beast mode and goes like 3 times, upwards of 3 times as much. So I can't really knock it for being average.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, you could do one spray of Tobacco Vanille and really sustain your juice for a longer time if you wanted to.
Yeah. To me, and I've worn like both of them on at the same time a few times. Like I think this will be like my 4th time doing this because I really wanted to try to hone out.
Yeah.
And to me, I get what you're saying. Like when you first spray these 2 fragrances, the ginger is really prominent in Tabac Rouge, and the tobacco to me is very detectable in Tobacco Vanille. But after about 30 seconds, those things kind of come down a little bit, and the spiciness is most of what I smell. And at that point, they get way more similar to me for a good long while. And then the staying power Tobacco Vanille takes over and runs, and Tobacco Rouge kind of dies off, But I mean, that's still 6-8 hours in. It gets average longevity. I really like Tabac Rouge. I mean, let me just back up. I love Tobacco Vanille.
Yeah.
It's probably what I would say is my favorite fragrance of all time. I know that I gave it a 4 out of 5 in our review. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 5 all day long now, and I love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I was really excited to see how Tabac Rouge would, what it would be like. I'm thinking, hey, if I can get like a clone for, way cheaper, awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that it succeeds in some areas of this because it does smell a lot like it. But what it does differently that I actually appreciate, that I think some people might fault it for, is that it is a little bit weaker, like I said, a little more watered down. And to me, Tabac Rouge is like Tobacco Vanille EDT.
Yeah.
Or like Tobacco Vanille Summer Edition 2013.
Right.
Or whatever, some sort of like little flanker of it. And that doesn't make me dislike it, that makes me like it because that means I can get Tobacco Vanille smell more often during the year.
Okay.
Because Tobacco Vanille is really strong to me. And in our climate, we don't get a lot of cold weather.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't wear it very, very often. I've got a 50 mil decant and I've still got like 48 mil. So I'm had it for a long time.
Yeah.
But with this, I can wear it when it's not, when it's just cool, just breezy, like spring and fall, and I would feel more comfortable wearing it. And so to me, it takes my favorite scent and gives me a chance to wear it in a lot more occasions and a lot more seasons, and I love that. Like I really like that. In fact, I think we bought a 10 mil and it's like down to like 2 mil.
Yeah.
I've worn quite a bit of it, if you haven't noticed. I really like it. And we mentioned in our review, I'm not sure which one will come first and as far as what you're going to air, but in the review I did mention that I think it's a good dumb reach.
Yeah.
And that most dumb reaches that we've talked about before, Loam and whatever the other ones are we mentioned, they're in the fresh realm. And this is the first dumb reach I've smelled that's not fresh. And I really like that because it's fun. Like when I grab Tabac Rouge, I'm not even worried about how many sprays or where I'm going or what I'm doing. This is just going to work. I can just spray this if it's cooler and it's just going to work. And so I really appreciate that. I do get what you're saying about the ginger. It's kind of a weird thing, but to me it doesn't last real long. So it doesn't bother me. I'm a big fan of Tabac Rouge. I don't want to say it's better than Tobacco Vanille. It just does. To me, it's a good compliment to Tobacco Vanille.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell Tobacco Vanille for Tobacco Rouge.
Yeah.
I want to have both.
Okay.
Personally, so.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I think I like that approach better than saying that it's a clone.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm wearing it, I'm like, I just don't. I want like the dense Tobacco Vanille.
Yeah.
I want that spiciness. I want that just, that cloud.
Yeah.
But Tabac Rouge gives me like this watery, gingery feel on top of that. It kind of almost smells like sometimes whenever I was wearing it, I would think this almost smells like, whenever you take a photocopy and then you photocopy it like a million times, and it gets degraded over time.
Yeah.
It almost smells like that in some ways to me. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I think that kind of philosophy for this fragrance is probably a better idea. Just have both instead of getting one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think you can really replace Tobacco Vanille with this.
Yeah. I know a lot of people with these shootouts, they take, can I get niche smell for this price?
Yeah, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, and I think in some cases it makes a lot of sense, like as far as like the original Santal Individual thing. I don't have original Santal anymore because I think this works perfectly fine. But I think this one in particular, I want both because they're close enough yet dissimilar enough to where I see them both working in my wardrobe. So I'm probably going to buy a bottle of this pretty soon.
Nice.
I really like it. I think it's really great. It surprised me. I don't know. Big fan over here from Jerry.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think a full bottle of Tobacco Vanille 100 mil is, I think it's $2.95 these days. Is that right?
I think it's a little bit less than that. I want to say it's $2.75. Could be wrong. You might be right.
Okay.
It's up there, yeah.
Somewhere around in there. And then a 100 mil bottle of Tobacco Rouge is $160.
Yeah.
So almost half price if it's $2.95. So something worth considering.
Yeah, especially if you're light in the cash.
Yeah.
Like some people, they may not have, upwards of $300 to spend. They may not have access to a split.
Yeah.
For Tobacco Vanille, or maybe they just want a lot, as much as they can get.
Yeah.
You may like this more. And truthfully, some people may not be able to tell the difference. So
you didn't
smell
right now.
Yeah, right.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think it could get the job done, but I still want both.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pass on Tobacco Vanille for Tobacco Rouge.
Yeah.
Get a split of both.
do both.
Folks are splitting this stuff all the time.
Yeah. So that's all we had for the shootout. Let us know down in the comments down below what you think of Tabac Rouge versus Tobacco Vanille.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. We'll see you next week with the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.
Bye.